Hello and welcome to the TV room. David Bradley here. So I have this Commodore 64, a little bit yellowed on some of the keys, but not bad. I mean, yeah, just slight yellowing. But I did want to look inside. Now it has the TORX bit to get into it. And it's funny because I know somewhere I have a screwdriver that has a TORX bit in it. And if you're wondering, the TORX bit you need to get into a Commodore 64C, if they do use a TORX bit, it's a T10. Anyway, I found a screwdriver with a T15. Initially I thought, yay, this is great. But of course, it didn't work. So I found, and that was one, it wasn't like a removable bit. It was not. Anyway, I think probably my screwdriver that I have the things in there, if you remember when I was doing the microwave, I needed a security bit. So I think that screwdriver's in the other toolbox. I really need to just get one place where I have every tool, everything, where I rip into things. Yes, I need to get organized and decluttered. But anyway, I remembered that I was in the midst of tidying up this, which is still not there, but it's getting there. There was one small bit that I found sitting, and I said, oh, I should put that in one of these bins. And then I remembered there was one small bit, and indeed it was a TORX. A TORX T10. So, now, as long as these screws aren't in too tight, I should be able to get in. Now, I believe this is a big board. Okay, that one is turning because I can see the outline of the board through, that one's turning, the vent holes. Yeah, the funny thing is once you get these screws out, and I hate losing screws, then you're down to Phillips. Okay, so the TORX screws are out. I will set them aside over here. Now the next thing that is somewhat challenging is the case does not immediately want to come off because it has things at the side. So you've got to kind of give the side up here a little tug. And sometimes a little screwdriver. There we go. Are we coming? We're coming. And then also being careful not to break the little fingers off at the back. Okay, so the fingers did not break at the back. Oh yeah, this is dusty. Okay, so now, and this cord seems a little short on here. But now, will this fit on here? Well, sort of. Now there are little screws, little Phillips screws, only two of them. That come in or come out, and that should release the keyboard. And it should. You then got to push up a little bit, and perhaps even. Wait, it's funny. I see something here that looks a little weird, but maybe it's just the cable. Yeah, it's just the cable. Anyway, these. Oh my. The LED cable and the keyboard cables are kind of intertwined, and that is not necessarily helpful. So there is the top of the Commodore 64C. This one could use a magic eraser and maybe just a little bit of time in the sun. Here's the keyboard, and it is, well, I shook this machine out earlier and a bunch of dust came out, but that's not surprising. Not surprising at all. So, there's the keyboard. It's not bad, but it's a little bit yellow. This too, in an indoor setting, in a window, could probably be improved. And the keys do look sort of uniformly yellowed. So we'll set that up there, and then we will indeed rejoice. Ooh! Well, isn't that peachy? We'll rejoice. This is a bigger board. It has the shielding on it, and it does have the TORX bits on the inside. This could be greatly challenging because they may be tight. No, not bad, that one. You know what? As with anything, I'm going to be able to get most of them. But there will be one, I'm sure. Okay, that's coming. That will not cooperate. And to me, sadly, it looks like a lot of the chips in this board are soldered in. And how can I tell? Well, kind of from the bend of the fingers on the shield, which also acts as a heat sink. So I like that. To me, just glancing at the chips that are here, I would think the video chip is not socketed. Sorry, is socketed. The SID chip probably is. And most everything else is probably not. Probably. Now, the other thing is, oh man, oh, I gotta find a screwdriver. Okay, that one's coming. The thing will be, of course, back and towards the back, there are more screws. And I'm gonna turn this over and get the screws that I've loosened out. At least I think I am. It's funny, I thought I loosened more than that. Why do I see 3 when I thought I'd loosened like 5? Oh, well, there's one. Oh, there's another one. Okay. So there's 2 to go, and they are going to be tough because the shielding is high. Oh, okay. That one's coming. Now, I could, of course, just plug this in, this one. Now, here's the last one. It's between the 2 connectors, one for the monitor, one for the serial port. And I did indeed, despite the dust, get them released. Alright, so we have screws, and now will come the shield with its white goop. Not a whole lot of white goop, but some white goop. Should have more. And indeed, the dusty board, there it is. It has the video chip and the little support chip near it are socketed, and it does look like the SID chip. Oh, excuse me. The SID chip is socketed. It's a 6581R4 AR. The PLA chip is not socketed. Not much is socketed, and of course, when it comes to RAM chips, there are 2. This is, of course, it's a 250466, made in Hong Kong, which was typical of the times. Remember, of course, here they are. They're chucking these machines out. They're dropping the price. And so they're doing everything they can to make it do the same, but with less parts, less chips, less stuff. Now, I don't believe I can get this board out yet, because there is another screw that is involved with the keyboard. Now, do I need to get this board out yet? I really don't. Put the screwdriver over there, put the screw thing over here, and then look at it. And I don't see any obvious signs of terrible stuff happening here. Oh, well, wait just a second here. Well, that's weird. There's a chip here. Oh. There's an N. Oh, it is a little RAM chip. MN2114-2. And it's, I don't know if you can see this. I can barely see it. Let me take that off. But if you look past the two little capacitors in the front at that chip, it's on a very strange angle. A very strange elevation. It's almost like it's soldered in, but it's like the one side is up and the other side is down. But it is connected. I've never seen that. I guess something didn't go well in the process of putting it together. Or maybe it just, the chip just slipped. I don't know how they did all this. I don't know. So, as I said, I do want to push forward with these disk drives. But now that I have this far apart, maybe I should carry on a little bit more. Maybe I should. Anyway, so a Commodore 64C with a 250466 board, made in Hong Kong, 1986, almost 40 years ago, but not quite. And mostly soldered, which of course I prefer things in sockets, but sockets themselves can go bad. They can. The fuse looks good. Okay, I guess the thing to do now is to gather a monitor, which I do have, and I have cables, because the cable, of course, came with it, and I should test it and just see if it comes up or if it doesn't. But if it doesn't, then I'm not going to dig into it quite yet, because I really, really, really want to attack these drives. So, for the moment, that's it for now. But we shall continue. Perhaps tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Until then, I remain David Bradley. Bye for now.